brain inflammation. Omega is protective for the brain. So if you can do the omega pluses.
The one.
Yeah. You can take the capsules, these 6. No, they're hard to swallow. So have him poke a hole in it with a pin and suck the juice out. So it's lemon lime and just suck it out. Or squirt it in his mouth. Put it in the coconut water. Okay? That's what I do. And then the next step would be is to try to add a NRF1 add capsule also into that. Just one, not 2.
What about me with this hand?
Yeah. You just have to experiment a little bit. Safe. It's not going to hurt you. That's what you need. So as I say, then you've got some latitude to work.
Okay, so what would the Nerf 1 help?
Mitochondrial function, brain function, activation, turn on the cells. It helps you to detox. It makes NRF2 work better.
I knew it did this. It helped. Okay.
No, exactly.
Okay, we're going to be going live in about 10, 15 minutes or so. I'm good. We're streaming. So we have an audience. So we're just trying to I like that.
Well, you know, I was a business leader.
I just say my business.
Always was conscious of not sounding like everybody else. Like, so, because people always say, yes, what's wrong? But even when they say, I know, just and then you're here. Isn't that crazy? So how
Yes. Yeah. Actually, what I need to do is I need to. Ship wherever you like. You don't have a bad view in the house. Workshops over the things we're all
Hi, everybody. Oh, my hubby is here. That means the party has started. Yay! My hubby is here. We're going to be starting in just under 2 minutes. So if everybody wants to grab a seat. We are live streaming today, everyone. We're live streaming. Lots of people are watching all over the country, so we're excited.
Steve, where do you want? Anywhere where you want to sit?
Wherever you can get a good view.
I don't think there's a bad seat in the house.
So, Lori,
Okay, everybody, I know everyone's really excited. This is a great crowd. We're really glad that you guys are here. If you could start getting ready and settle into some seats where you have a good view. We are on a live stream. We're streaming on 3 different channels right now. And so, although we don't have an audience view, we will be able to see this recording later. How are you?
Good to see you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. You can find a seat. I love this. So exciting. Woo-hoo! We are live streaming, so welcome to all the guests that are listening in this morning. I love seeing all these amazing faces. So exciting. I woke up this morning, and if I could do backflips, I think I would have, right? the testimony to the new products, you all, and many will learn a little bit about those today, are this. I was blessed enough to be in the trial group, and I was very good. I signed a non-disclosure, so even my husband did not know what I was taking. And I said, well, I'm just taking something great. I feel great. And I always have a lot of energy. People that know me know that I always have a lot of energy. So I thought, well, I feel great. No, I have my hands tied behind the back because I really want to do this right now. But my husband one night said, I'm a very light sleeper. Being on call for many years, a mommy of little ones, I'd hear somebody go, you okay? What are you doing? You okay? And one night Mike said, you know what I've noticed? If he gets up in the middle of the night, he said, you do not budge. You do not budge. And that is huge. Because when I'm up, I think the day is ready to go. So last night, guess what I forgot to take? So I have a lot of energy this morning and I feel great and I'm good. But what time was it? 3:30, 4 o'clock? Oh, it's time to get up? He goes, no. And I go, oh, why'd you wake me up? I could have slept 2 more hours. So it's a great testament to the new product. So, like I said, I woke up so excited this morning. Let me tell you who I am. First of all, if you're a guest, welcome. And if you are part of our LifeVantage family, welcome. I love seeing all of these faces. So my name is Debbie Zito, and I'm from the lovely Golden Isles. I practiced here for over 30 years, and I love the area. My husband, Mike, we have 2 girls, Jessie and Taylor, and we all love this company. We love the products, we love the people, we love the company. And that's why I'm here today. 6 years ago, when I started the products, if you said that I'd be up in front of this amazing group of people talking about a wellness company, I'd say, probably not. I'm too busy. But these products and the company have changed my life, and I feel like I have a gift. And if you ever been in felt like you had the most special gift, what do you want to do? You want everybody to experience that. You want the people you love, the people you care about, the people you don't even know. You want them to know about the gift. So that's why I'm dedicated to being here. And we will consistently do these meetings. We're excited because people are gathering in person. So we'll be back for more. So who in this room is activated? A lot of hands. Who in this room is wondering what activated means? So some people have probably heard the word because this is a buzzword. Cellular activation is a big word. It's a buzzword, and you're going to learn about today some pretty incredible things. And I love these because I can tell you this for sure, 100%. You will not leave here today the same person. You will leave here today with new knowledge, new excitement. Who's excited about their future? Okay? I am too. I'm so excited about the future. I want to age, but I want to enjoy the quality of time that I have. And that's what this company is about. So when I woke up this morning, I go, how do I explain to these people how much I love this, or how does it make me feel? Because I've been taking these products for 6 years. So that said, as I was getting ready this morning, I know exactly what I can show them. I would have to show the people. I don't know if I can, but I want you to see my shoes. Did anybody see my shoes?
Wow.
Gabe, you need a pair of these shoes. So I think these shoes say it all because they're sparkly. I feel sparkly. Okay, they're shiny, they're reflective, they catch people's attention. Okay, that's what our company is doing. You're gonna meet our Master Pro 10, Gabe Pearson, and his beautiful wife, Jill Pearson. They have watched this company evolve, and we are in an evolved state. So think about this. Everybody's going to leave sparkly today. Okay. You're going to have joy. You're going to have hope. You're going to have excitement. Okay. I'll share my shoes. They're 5.5, 6, maybe. But That's the only thing God gave me, a little head and little feet. That's it. Okay, so let's get started. We have incredible speakers with us today. I'm going to introduce our first speaker, one of my very best friends, Dr. Neil Goodman. Many of you, because he's internationally known, many of you know Dr. Goodman. People love listening to him. If you have not heard his YouTube videos, go to them. He takes science and makes it very, very simple. And that's what he's going to do today. And he's going to teach you new things. And like I said, you're going to feel sparkly and ready to share this with people because like I said, you will not leave the same person today. You will learn something new. Everybody, there's always a life change after these. I know I've heard them every single time. Someone will come up to me and they say, you know that event I went to, I learned this. And that's exciting. You want to learn something new every single day. So I've had the privilege of working with Dr. Goodman. I am a physician assistant. Actually, we're now physician associates. I'm a PA, and I've been practicing for over 30 years. I love medicine. I love leading people to better health. And it's all about living your best life, right? Right? We love babies. We love children. Dr. Svensson, she's a pediatrician right in front of me. She's amazing. And she loves her job. She loves educating people about health and wellness. And that's what we're doing for you all today. So Dr. Goodman's been an incredible mentor. He's been an amazing friend to me. You can find him on St. Simon's Island, and he's in his private practice called Activate Health and Wellness. He's a former major in the U.S. Army. Thank you for your service. Do we have any other military? I know Dr. McKee, my husband was in the reserves. That's right. Thank you for your service. He's been a guest speaker on incredible Christian network channels. Keep your eye out. He's going to be everywhere, okay? Everyone will know Dr. Neil Goodman, or Dr. G as we fondly call him. He's an expert educator on activation and genetic signaling. This is exciting. Genetic signaling is everything. I have to control my excitement there. He's all about teaching us how to heal your body and not just, showing you the process, but he gives you these tools that you can use. So he's a member of the prestigious LifeVantage Science Advisory Board also. So I could go on and on and on, but without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Neil Goodman.
All right, well, thank you, Debbie. Hopefully everybody can hear me. The reason we're mic'd is so that the room can hear and the camera can hear because we're streaming. Otherwise, I'm not sure it would pick it up. So I just want to say I appreciate all of you being here and coming here and listening to us. Some of you who are already in the LifeVantage family understand this, but I got to tell you, every time I listen to speakers talk, speakers not me, but other people, I'm learning something all the time. And so you'll always take away something, and I try to put a little different spin on it. We've changed our terminology a little bit where we were talking about, it's always taking pills. It's always, what can we do to make our bodies better? Biohacking, all these terms come out. They're sort of buzzwords, right? But I think the thing that really, really points to what we're doing is activating our bodies. I think that is the mantra of the company. And as good as the company is, really this is about you and this is about your outreach. That's what struck me 6 years ago when I started using it in myself. I had my own recovery story to talk about, but I'm not going to share that right now. But as I healed and as I saw myself getting better, I realized that this had the potential to heal the people that I touch every day. And in fact, I was healing more people than just the kids that I was seeing. I was healing the parents, vicariously. And I realized what potential and what outreach that had. And then as I started talking about the science and people's light bulbs went on, they became activated. And people come up to me all the time now. And I got to tell you, that's the most rewarding thing that I've ever done in my life. And it's also a God thing for me. It's God directed. I've been chosen, I feel, to do this, to explain this. And that's a good part of why I do what I do. So I do it without any hesitation or, a lot of people who are in this company sometimes think, oh, I just don't want to be a salesman. I don't want to sell product. I don't either. I want to share it. I want to share something that was given to us, mankind, right? I really feel like the company has a purpose. We have a purpose, and we can do so much to improve everyone's lives if we can just get them to understand it and not be afraid. And so that's what this is about. So I'm glad you guys are here. As you know, I'm also called Biohacker USA. I have a website I encourage you to visit. There's lots of educational videos on there. I've written a book. It's on Amazon.com, and you can get that as well. I've been on the Christian Television Network, on CTN Houston, CTN Tampa. I was just on the Lance Wallnau show. I'm also on, will be on the Todd Coconato show for those of you that are running those circles, as well as Michael McIntyre. And I'm getting ready to do a 4-day presentation in Tampa, Florida in March for an audience of doctors, talking specifically about NRF2 science. This is going to be on Christian Television Network. We're going to be talking about NRF2 science, NRF1 science, NAD science, and collagen science. Okay, and this is going nationwide. So I just want to let you know that I'm here to talk about us and what we do. Okay. All right. This, we always have in these presentations proper disclosures. Just realize that this is a company, and we do have products, and the average earnings of a LifeVantage consultant was $704, but that doesn't mean that has to be your story. I'm a Pro 6 in the company. That's just a rank structure. I'm on the Science Advisory Board, where I help to direct the development of products, have some input in it. We have some very exciting things that have just come out and some more exciting things that are down the line. And it's because of people who are in the profession. Not everyone in LifeVantage is a doctor, right? But where you can influence the decision-making of the company to produce products that meet the needs of the people, that's where we have our greatest influence. Okay, so as I said, this is the activation company, right? We make a whole wealth of different kinds of products. But in particular, we're going to talk about Protandim NRF2, okay? And we're going to talk about Protandim Liquid Collagen. And the reason I want to talk about those is because these two products actually have the most potential to elevate your health. If there was two that you had to do, those were the two that you would. And that's all we really have time to talk about. I'm going to talk about NRF2, and my colleague, Dr. Sean McKee, who's also a veteran in the United States Air Force and is a neuroradiologist and is a LifeVantage Pro 8 in her thing. She's going to talk about the collagen science at the end. And we work together, and we're also part of the same team. And I got to tell you what, this coastal community has more doctors in the LifeVantage family than probably anywhere else in the country. So we are really, really, really fortunate. All right, so activation versus supplementation. What is that? So, all right, when you activate your bodies, you are telling your body or giving it the tools to turn on something and make something that it's not making otherwise. Okay, so we want to make supplements, make activation products, things that our body needs, rather than taking them. Okay, case point would be like an antioxidant. Why take antioxidants when you can make them yourself? And that's what we do through activation of genetic signals using these products, and that's the science. And we're the only company that did that. We are the beginning in this country of nutrigenomics. It all came from LifeVantage. Okay, so we are giving the instruction code for your cells using food-derived ingredients, as opposed to instructions from foreign sources that go to make foreign proteins, if you know what I mean, right? So you understand that by signaling, we can have our bodies make or do anything. You can poison your bodies too. You can smoke a cigarette, in which case that nicotine and tar is going to signal your cells to produce turn on oncogenes, which are going to harm you. Or you can take in substances in your body that cause your cells to enhance your physical self and improve yourself and heal. Okay, so that's the definition of biohacking. You are hacking literally the God-given code that your body has to make it better. Okay, the biology of hacking. Okay, it's not a negative term, it's a positive term. Okay, so there's a picture of a fan. That's to remind me of something. So I'm going to just show you. This is the difference between supplementation versus. This is so simple, right? But you guys can use this and steal it. Okay. All right, I'm going to supplement this fan's motion right now. Do you feel the breeze? You can't? No, not strong. Okay, now this is activation. Okay, we're turning it on so that it can power your body. Okay, you can supplement it just by adding it, or you can make it do it itself. Okay, that's the difference. It's so simple. All right, I just want to, does it feel better? All right, so essentially what we're doing, we're flipping the switch. We're flipping the switch to our health. We're learning how to turn it on so we can feel better, do more. You know, that's the motto of the company, right? So, of course, we're being hijacked every day. Why are we being hijacked? Well, look what's out there, for God's sakes. I mean, we have viral pathogens, we have pollution, the water's contaminated, you have stress, you have UV light, you have radiation, you got 5G, you've got carpets in the room that smell, you've got mold, all kinds of toxins, okay? Your body has to fight all that stuff off, and it takes a toll on us. Did you know, and maybe you do, that in our current generation, and say the last 100 years, 85,000 chemicals were introduced? That's 850 new chemicals a year for the last 100 years. I mean, everything that you're putting on your skin, everything that you're absorbing, you're drinking it in your water, these are harmful. So what do? Well, you try to eliminate them, you try to be clean about it, but ultimately what happens is it dims the internal lights on your body. You have body systems that have to contend with that. You have detoxification mechanisms that help to get rid of these things that you ingest that you might not even know. You don't know what's in that burger that you ate. So that's dimming the lights. So what does it feel like? What does it feel like when you're taken over like that? Well, your immune system starts to fade. You have brain fog. You feel sluggish. You have a hard time getting up in the morning. Bad mood, bad motivation. You know, snap at your spouse. Feeling fatigued. Nobody wants to feel that way. And here's Debbie walking out here on these sparkly shoes every day. She's just lit up every single day that I know her. And you know what? The same thing has happened to me. And the same thing has happened to my dog that you all know, Winter Snow. And I've activated my other dogs, and my whole family is activated. And it is a joy to watch this process take place. It's not instantaneous, but it takes place. And you see it happen. And they come back and they tell you, thank you so much for introducing this to me, because I would have never known it before. My 95-year-old mother-in-law, who came down the steps because she was partially demented. And she said, why didn't you tell me about this before? And she started reading books again. Something as simple as that to improve the quality of her life. So what is actually happening in this dimming process? Really four kind of things. Oxidative stress, mitochondrial decline, and damage to our DNA. Damage to our DNA. You don't even know what's happening. All right, so let's see, what does that look like? Okay, so I'd like to use this analogy. You heard this music playing? This is, I don't even know what this is, but
That's my girl's high school, or maybe middle school favorite.
okay, so this CD represents our genetic code. Okay? It's a series of ones and zeros, digital information, tons of data on this disk, right? Well, our genome, our chromosomes have data too. It's just encoded not ones and zeros, it's coded with letters. The letters are, you learned this in biology, CGAT. It's a base 4 coding system rather than a base 2 coding system, just a little science. We have the ability to hold billions and billions of pieces of information inside our genome that was given to us. It's God's fingerprint on us. We're made in God's image, right? All right, that is his code in us. Why would we want to defile it? Why would we want to hurt it? We don't want to do anything to it. We want to preserve it, right? So what happens when this disk, which is in the environment, is the data still there? Yeah, it's still there, right? But is it readable? I don't know. Play. So such is the same with what happens in our environment. Our code is here, but these environmental factors damage it to the extent that it can't be read anymore, or it misreads it, or it produces a errant signal. Now the things that our body was supposed to do can't do them anymore. Maybe we're supposed to make a protein to make us stronger. Maybe it's supposed to keep our bones strong. We lose the ability, even though it's in the code, it can't be read anymore. And that's what these factors in our environment do every single day. So that's what I wanted to explain in terms of altering the genetic code. So if you can, we know that that code does incredible things, right? And it has genes that keeps our body healthy. It's part of our healing mechanism. You've heard of T4 cells and T suppressor cells. I mean, that's all the news right now, right? And yet we've introduced something into that genome. So if you could leverage those genes and flip a switch like it did on the fan, wouldn't you want to do that? I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? And the thing is oxidative stress is what damages this disc. That's the EMF, that's the chemical threats, that's the bad food that we eat, all that stuff. It's inevitable. I mean, be as clean as you can, absolutely. But your natural body's defense to fight against oxidative stress is an antioxidant. It's so simple. The antioxidant particle is the opposite of oxidative stress. It's a battle, they fight each other. But the problem is that you don't have enough antioxidant particles in the foods that you eat to counter all the damage that's been done. It has to come from within. Our cells have so much more potential to get rid of oxidative stress if we could just figure out how to turn that system back on. So here's the picture of the apple. I took a bite of it. I was a little hungry and I had no breakfast. So look at it. I mean, this is 15, 20 minutes old. Someone saw me take a bite of this today, right? It was what, 20 minutes ago? It's brown. Why? Why is it brown? It's oxygen affecting the flesh of the apple. This is oxidative stress in real time. Now, can you imagine, take your age and think of all of the time that goes by and the oxidative stress that occurs within our body. Eventually, this will rot and die. And the same is true of our systems. Our body systems will start to fail and we'll start to have disease and we'll start to age prematurely and we'll start to feel it in our joints. I don't want to feel that way. So I want to turn that system back on. So, like I said, as over time, the antioxidant production of your body goes down. Now, we know that the gene that controls this is NRF2. NRF2 is the signaling system that is responsible for turning on the three major antioxidants that our body has. And I can name them, and they're sort of boring. They've got big words, glutathione, catalase, and superoxide dismutase. That's the name of them. Don't worry about it. There's three of them, but they're internal. They are millions and millions of times more powerful than anything you could possibly ingest. You'd have to eat 120 oranges to equal the strength of one of these protandems. And I'm going to explain why this works too. You would have to eat 11 pounds of blueberries. You'd be sick on blueberries. You just wouldn't be able to do it. To equal the oxidative stress reduction capability of one pill. So this is known and published in the literature to reduce oxidative stress by 40% in the first month in every single person who has ever taken it. Bar none. And that's proved out in the science. And over time, if you take it on a regular basis, it's cumulative, and you can get yourself down to 70%. And so for me, I'm a 63-year-old guy who's had some injuries and a couple other things. I'm sure we've all had our things happen to us. I sure don't feel like 63. I feel like I'm 50. I feel like I'm 45. That's activation. So we go back to this apple. So what it does is, and let's see if I can get this working here. Watch this apple. Here it goes. We're reducing oxidative stress. We're reversing that damage, healing it. It's not going to do that to this apple, but All right, so Washington State University in 2015 said that NRF2 technology has the potential to become the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of medicine. But yet nobody knows about it. Why? Because people are afraid to talk about it. Doctors are mainstream. I see my microphone went off. Dead battery. So it's a good thing I have a loud voice. So NRF2 is just unknown. Were you, Dr. Spencer, were you taught about NRF2 in medical school? No. Were you even talking about vitamins? Barely in medical school, right? They didn't focus on that. They focused on drugs. Drugs for everything. We've got to get back to natural healing. We've got to get back to using our own body and giving it the gifts that it needs in order for us to heal. And so that's what they're acknowledging here. So this shows the antioxidant production over time. If you look at like this area here, this is 0 age, this is 20 years old, this is 8 years old. Now, if we look at this, this is what happens to your natural antioxidant production over time. It declines, just aging, because of this cumulative effect of all these things that have happened to us, okay? But when you put Protandim in the system, look at this. It remains at the level it was when you were 20 years old, and you could be 60. No wonder why I feel good. No wonder why you feel good. I want everyone to feel that. And that's the hardest concept for people to understand. Why does this work? Why? Well, it just so happens that it's been studied. It's been studied by major institutions, Harvard University, Virginia Commonwealth University, Free Radical Biology. There are over 31 peer-reviewed publications in the NIH database that talk about this. This is not a fluke thing. This is published research. And yet, we as lay public and also as scientists just turn our head the other way because we're so ingrained in the matrix that we're in to not look outside the box. So that's why I'm trying to present this to you so that you can look outside the box. So, back to that. So then we started looking at other things. The company had such great success. By the way, this is a fancy word, eutectic mixture of 5 different herbal ingredients that synergistically amplify each other. I can tell you what they are. It's turmeric, ashwagandha, bacopa, green tea extract, and milk thistle. Those 5 things, the researchers spent 30 years to put that together and realized that it could improve the NRF2 signaling by 1,800%. Better than any one of the individual ingredients could do by itself, and better than actual drugs that were designed to turn on NRF2. So we know NRF2 science works because there are drugs. You can spend $50,000 a year on a drug specifically for a specific disease that is less active than protandamins. Okay, so we've got something on our hands here. All right, so then we looked at how can we turn on mitochondrial signaling so that the cells don't decline in their energy stores, because we need energy. The cells need energy in order to heal. Then we looked at NAD signaling science to learn how not to age, how to reduce longevity, how to improve and repair DNA that's been damaged. That's why people intermittent fast, in order to learn how to turn on their own NAD. Well, we can also turn on NAD at the same level as intermittent fasting, but you don't have to fast. That's really cool. And those all came out in 2019. And it turns out that if you do all 3 of these together, it's the holy grail, because they all amplify each other again by another factor of 1,700%. 1,700% over what Protandim does by itself. That's why if people can do it, and it's something you have to realize what the benefit is to say it's worth it to me, I encourage them to do all 3. All right, so, and lastly, we just turned on the collagen gene. And collagen is important because it is key to how our body is put together. But we didn't do it with just collagen for collagen's sake. We did it for collagen because we're talking to the collagen gene too. And LifeVantage Company broke that code. So I want to bring our next speaker up, who is a dear friend of mine. I've met her through Debbie, and her name is Dr. Shawn McKee. As I said, she's a veteran in the Air Force. She's a tremendous speaker. She's also on the Science Advisory Board. You guys are so lucky. We talk all the time and share ideas, and we're talking about living clean, eating clean, and helping our bodies to improve. And so without further ado, I bring in Dr. McKee, and Dr. McKee.
All right, well, thank you very much for that kind introduction, Dr. Goodman. Again, thank you everyone for coming, and thank you to Debbie, Kim, Dr. Goodman, and the entire Coastal Team Synergy for putting on this amazing event. So without further ado, I love LifeVantage. I love that we're the activation company. Activation is where it's at, turning on your own God-given genes to make the proteins that used to run around abundantly in your body when you were a young whippersnapper and never got tired. Dr. Goodman talked about the Proteanum, and I'm going to focus on activated collagen. Isn't that bottle pretty? It's so pretty with the rose gold top. And we're going to talk about the disclosures, everything that you see as far as individual results. They may vary, and income. We're not claiming anybody's going to make anything. We can show you the possibilities later if you're interested in sharing these products. And I am of the opinion, why wouldn't you be interested in sharing these products? They're life-changing and all for the better. So 5 things about liquid collagen. Everyone can benefit from more collagen that is properly formed and doing its job in your body because it's the most abundant protein in your body. We're going to talk about why our liquid collagen is different, better, the science behind it, how it arms your body for protection and maintenance, and the results that people are getting. So you've got this, that we are the activation company. We impact the world with love, mentorship, and entrepreneurship. We believe everyone and everything matters, and we've done over 200 million in global sales the last decade alone, and we are the activation company. And what I wanted you to see is living longer and healthier is a big deal. It's very much the topic of conversation. Everyone wants to feel better and do better. When you feel better, you can do better. You can do more. You can be a better person and make a bigger impact on the world. Again, collagen is your most abundant protein in your body. 25 to 35% of the proteins in your body, you think protein is muscle. Well, it's also the supporting structure. It's the glue that holds our body together. It keeps us hydrated. It supports the matrix of our skin and every single organ we have. And it also helps to maintain our elasticity and flexibility. You know, if you ever get to the point where you're stiff, you know, you can really injure yourself just trying to do activities of daily living. You need that flexibility to be able to respond to your environment. Okay, there are 29 that we know of, different types of collagen in the body. We primarily are made up of types 1 through 3, but we also use the different types in various amounts. It's in our skin, our hair, our joints, our gut, our muscular system, our nervous system. Your eyeballs are 95% collagen. Did you know that? And you can make it through the amino acids that you eat in your steak or your fish or your eggs. But it is really hard to assimilate because your body has to digest that food down into the amino acids and then rebuild the collagen. Powdered forms make it a little bit more available than food because it's small particles, but again, you still have to absorb it. And liquid collagen is the most available protein because it's coating your gut, and your gut can just take it right in. And what we've done is not only have liquid collagen, but they're hydrolyzed. So if you ever think of they're so absorbable and easy to digest, and just like think of an infant that, you know, we had a pediatrician talking up here. Infant formulas sometimes are difficult for babies to digest, and so the answer to that is you get yourself a hydrolyzed formula for the babies because they can just absorb those little bitty peptides, and that's what LifeVantage has done with our liquid collagen. And the bad news is, if you're older than 25, you've already started to lose your collagen. I think we have one person that's maybe not losing the collagen at the rate of everyone else in this room. But after age 25, it starts. Oh my goodness! All right, you're already in decline. Your best years are behind you. Sorry, you're not important. So it starts to decline by age 25, and you know we lose 1% a year at a minimum. And if you're smoking, if you're an athlete, if you're eating bad foods, it's got bad news for you. It's degrading faster than that. So that leads to dull, saggy, yucky skin. So we obviously, because it's the biggest part of our body or most of our abundant protein, the effects of collagen are way more than skin deep. helps with nail strength, hair texture. My hair has been growing like crazy. I literally just cut almost 5 inches off my hair. And I've never been able to grow hair. I mean, these people knew me in high school, shoulder length, that was it. It helps to cushion your joints. It makes up your multiple different types of collagen in your tendons and in the cartilage that, you know, keeps your bones from scraping together. It cushions your back discs, tissue repair, muscle recovery, eye, liver detoxification, heart, it all, you know, on and on and on. So big benefits in terms of the way people feel, but we can actually measure these benefits. And what they found in an 8-week clinical trial with placebo-controlled, randomized, is over a 40% increase in collagen density, 22% decrease in crow's feet. And I took before and after photos. I was on the trial, just of my face smiling, and I didn't notice anything. And my friend said, Dr. Biglione actually said, send me your eye. And I'm like, there's no difference. She goes, just send me your eye. So I sent her the before and after, and I'm like, holy smokes, my crow's feet, they're about 20% less long. It's crazy. And my eyelid lifted. I was like, I didn't see it in the whole thing. And I'm a radiologist. I was shocked. But anyway, she made me send me your eye. And I'm like, my eye. And I'm like, no. Anyway, now I show my ugly eye around, and I'm like, look at it. 10% reduction in skin roughness, 202% more catalase. That's one of your hero antioxidant enzymes. 8% increase in skin elasticity. That's one of the things I did notice is I didn't notice any changes in my wrinkles, although they were there. But I noticed that whenever I touched my face, it felt like my fingers bounced off my face before they felt like they were sinking in. I like that. And so we're going to talk about the things that make our collagen superior and unique. And I dare say it's superior to anything out there, but I haven't tried everything. I've tried a lot, though, for many, many years. I've taken collagens, 5+ years. And I've taken powdered collagens, liquid collagens. I've taken pill collagens. I've never noticed any difference in the way I felt, or the way my skin felt, or the way my skin looked. But with this, I did. And the reason is we use an ARM approach, ARM. What does that stand for? Well, the A in ARM stands for activate. We activate the genes that make new collagen. And this is their proprietary formula with red quinoa extract. It is a potent extract from this grain, and it activates the genes that make collagen. These are specific genes that are activated by 43%. You don't need to know the name of the gene, but the exciting thing is this upregulates your other superhero antioxidant enzyme, superoxide dismutase, SOD, by 27 times. That's huge. That's a flabbergasting number, 2,700% increase. The R in ARM is to replenish, just like every other collagen out there. Of course, we replenish collagen peptides, but most collagens out there will replace 1 or 2 types of collagen, primarily type 1, that's the most abundant one in your skin, maybe 3 types of collagen. That, you know, a few of them do 7 or 9. Ours replenishes 10 different types of collagen, peptides from 10 different types of collagen. It is responsibly caught, responsibly sourced fish, and it supplies 5 grams. That's the clinically proven amount that's going to have an impact. Scientific studies say 5,000 milligrams or 5 grams of collagen is what will make a difference. And I love that you just open up the bottle and drink it. It's fresh, unlike a large bottle of collagen that when you first open it, it's fresh by day 30, not so much, because it's oxidizing. It's exposed to the air. These are individual bottles, they're recyclable. The maintenance part of the M is in ARM is part for maintenance, and we maintain collagen by the citrus berry blend that activates the genes, deactivates the genes that break collagen down. That's the MMP9 gene that's responsible for collagen breakdown. That's the one that's very busy destroying our collagen as we age. This suppresses that gene by 33%. So it's a triple whammy. It's incredible. And you need to know there's no added sugar in it. There's no artificial sweeteners. There's no gluten. There's no dairy. There's no soy. It's dye-free. Everything's natural. Has less than 1/3 of an apple in terms of sugar, and it's all from the fruit itself. Again, high bioavailability. And the exciting thing is you can see it. Now, if you look at Seth on the left, the gentleman, his under eye lines are practically gone. And it looks to me like his expression is the same. One of my pet peeves about before and after pictures is sometimes the expression is different, the lighting is different, angle is different. And we're try to be extremely careful in terms of making things consistent, going to the same window at the same time of day, as we were instructed to do. And Becky on the right, you can see her skin is much brighter. The lines under her eyes are less apparent. Her skin looks firmer and brighter. This gentleman, he just seems to be aging backwards. I love that it affects more than just your face. You can see the crepiness in the arms are better. I think that was 21 days, just 3 weeks. That's huge. This is my friend Debbie Crowell. She's an equine veteran chiropractor, actually, on the left. She just looks like she's aging backwards in 2 weeks. Another beautiful example. And then you can see, people look happier. Their frown lines go away sometimes. And this is Nancy Bryan, Dr. Nancy Bryan's legs. She's, a brilliant PhD pharmacist, and she never was happy with her legs. And when we saw her, it was after she'd been on the trial, and she was wearing a little mini skirt, and her legs looked great. And she's like, that was my legs 3 weeks ago. I'm like, oh my word. So it's amazing, amazing. Next, when you start this, you be sure to take pictures of everything. Whatever, you wish, bags under your eyes, lines around your mouth, your neck, your, knees, whatever. I'm so mad that I didn't take pictures of my neck and my knees and everything. This is Sean. He's a, handsome guy on the left, but he looks happier and more relaxed, and his skin looks brighter on the right. This is our beautiful friend Hannah. I think it was 7 days. I think that was. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what it was, but less than a month, I think. And it's just incredible. So if people are having these results on the outside that you can see, can you imagine what's happening? This is the most amount of protein in your body. It's doing all those things to your cardiovascular system, your respiratory system, your brain, your gut, your joints. That's why we're so excited. So I think I am going to, do I keep going on this, or I'm going to introduce you? You tell me.
Actually, I think is that the last slide?
So, well, what I was going to ask, though, real quick question, if you don't mind. You mentioned it was derived from fish. Does it taste like fish?
Oh my goodness. I want everyone here who hasn't tried it to go back there and taste the samples. I love it that it tastes amazing. Almost, I've had one person say it's a little tart. Well, it tastes like, if you like sweet tarts, it's a little bit tart and it's a little bit sweet. And it's absolutely delicious. I look forward to it every single morning. Bottoms up, open up the fridge, bottoms up. If you hate the taste of it, you're not going to take it. If you don't take it, it's not going to work. That's why I love this. Most people absolutely love it. So they take it every day. So it works. So we get these amazing results. So,
And I guess the other point is that you mentioned that it turns on two things, catalase as well as SOD.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember that I said that those two enzymes were one of two of the three that I mentioned that NRF2 works on. So I imagine that there's a cooperative thing going on with NRF2, those that are activated and also take collagen.
Yeah.
Would there be some extra benefit?
I believe so. Every single one of these people that you saw the before and after photos was activated before they started. So we're actually undertaking some studies to document that there is a synergy. We think there will be. Stay tuned. But I definitely can see that it works really well when you're activated with collagen and NRF2. And there's a few ways to get started. If you haven't started taking these products, you can get started with just the collagen. You can get started with just the NRF2, or you can do both. So, okay. So you can actually, thank you. You can actually start with, like I said, just the collagen, or you can do the collagen and the NRF2. And there's several different ways you can get started if you think you know someone who has collagen or joints, and you might want them to benefit. You can share the products, and there's ways you can get the products at a discount. There's a few different packs. We actually just launched a new multivitamin and mineral that's micronutrient and timely delivery, which most people take vitamins. And we found that it's not the best way to take everything all at once, because your body operates on a circadian rhythm. And so the very brand newest product that we came out with is a very intelligently formulated micronutrient blend that you take half of it in the morning when it's timed with your circadian rhythm to bring you energy and focus, not jittery energy, but just, Life Energy, and then a PM version or formulation of it that helps you relax and calm down for the night. And the larger pack that we actually offer for people that might know people with skin, joints, or collagen, you get that for free, which is exciting. And then there's other versions of the discount packs that save you a considerable amount of money. And there's no obligation. I don't know what that is. That's what we're gonna have to watch. And I think what we'll do now is bring Dr. Goodman up.
I was just gonna add, thank you so much, Sean.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate it. I guess if you could really get easily confused looking at all these different products, and not everyone uses all the products, and there are some people that just use everything. They love it all. And, I like and use most of the things that LifeVantage puts out. And this recent formulation of these that was the one thing that they didn't really have. They had these wonderful activators. And then they had collagen, and they had Axio for brain power and probiotics and all the things that were on this other diagram here. And then at the top is the new vitamin series, plus D3, which contains K2, as well as magnesium and calcium. So they try to hit on everything. And that was the part that was missing. I was, prior to this, using all the Protandim products, but I didn't have a good multivitamin from the LifeVantage company, which I so trust, that I was using, Centrum, Silver or whatever, which is, basically it's not that great. And so here we have something that fits the science, but then also fits into the whole activation scheme. And these things are all meant to work together. And it's your choice what you want to do for your own personal health. That's your own individual journey. But we're here to provide you guidance and, round out and give you information and speak to it. And all the consultants that are in the LifeVantage company are trained on this. That's because we want to help people. Ultimately, if you don't use it, it's not going to help you. So we're just so fortunate. And I guess you want to go ahead and introduce our next guest.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Goodman, and Dr. McKee. Let's give him another round of applause. I'm here because of Dr. McKee, because stories matter. Okay, I told you 6 years ago, I just crazy life, busy all the time, not sleeping, poor energy, anxious, stress, all the things, hair, perimenopausal. Let me tell you, there's nothing sparkly about menopause, just so you know. I mean, everything just, yeah, I know. Yes, Ruth Ann can help that. So, but there was nothing sparkly, and I'm sparkly. I want to be sparkly. And I was rarely on social media, and Sean, Marion, and Mike, we went to high school together. And I looked at her and I said, how does my friend look so good? And a two-time, not one time, two-time, you're an ultra marathoner and an Ironman. That's 140.6 crazy miles. And I said, so I messaged her. I wanted to say, what are you doing to do 140.6 miles? What I wanted to know is her story. Okay. So I encourage each of you here today to ask people about their story. They're all going to be different. They're all going to be different. I promise you, 100% of you, these products work in 100% of you. I can tell you that. I know that. What you feel may be different than the person next to you. What you see in the other may be different. But I promise you, it's working 100% of the time. So talk about stories. I want to introduce the next person, Lori Charette, who's so kind. She drove up to tell her story today to us. And I remember the first time I saw you, I don't know if you remember this, but so I'm sharing my story. I'm sharing in LifeVantage. I'm a consultant with LifeVantage. I don't know what that means. I don't understand any of this. All I knew, I was having fun. And I love these people, but I thought they must know a lot more than me. I don't know anything about business. I know medicine. I don't know about that. There was an award ceremony on the stage of LifeVantage, and they were introducing me as a Pro 7, whatever that meant. I wasn't quite sure what that meant at the time either. I just knew I was going to get up there and do my best. Lori was up there, and I thought, I'm going to walk into this crowd of people. They're going to be confident and get up on the stage and all of this. And I remember looking at beautiful Lori, and she is shaking. She is, her hands, and I think, I love her. She feels just like me. These are real people up here. And Lori Charette is sparkly. You'll see when you hear her personality. So I asked her, I said, would you mind sharing your story? Because I don't think I know your story. I'd like to hear your story about LifeVantage. And if you don't mind, come on up and just give her a round of applause. See, she's sparkly. And she's not shaking.
Oh, no, I am. Oh, no, I am. Still do to this day. Oh, my goodness. I am so grateful that making a decision to say yes continues to put me in a room full of just amazing people and mentors. And I'm just so grateful to be here. So thank you so much for inviting me. My name is Lori Charette. I have been partnered up with LifeVantage for 10 years. I just had my anniversary. I have a really cool anniversary. It's 12-12-12. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So I am a mommy of 2 amazing daughters that I raised by myself. And I call myself a serial entrepreneur. I really didn't have any one thing that I did, but I had multiple little businesses. And which kind of is really cool, right? My story is going to sound unique. However, it's very familiar and will be familiar to a lot of y'all here, but it's extremely relevant to where we are today, right? So I really want you to keep that in mind. And it's always that, who do you know, right? When you're listening to these stories. And I love that, what Debbie said, we're simply a collector of stories, and then we go out and share those stories because people connect to those stories, right? And so that's our job, right? To be storytellers. So go down memory lane a little bit. 12 years ago, and y'all hear me, I'm shaking, so I don't know, it still gets to me. 12 years ago, who remembers what was going on 12 years ago? I know some of us remember this. They remember it deeply. And we had something that was going on that we're kind of like getting a little piece of again, right? That's starting up again. And there was an economy crash that happened. And man, it was big, wasn't it? We didn't know how big it was going to be, and we didn't know how long it was going to last. I had a business of 7 years. During that time, in slow motion, in 2 years, I ended up losing my business, my home, my car, my insurance, my retirement, my freaking life.
Oh my gosh.
Single mom, 2 kids. And you nearly lose this, right? Now, when you say, you guys, you feel it when you talk about it, right? When you say loss of hope, there was a loss of hope. Why? Because those of you that were here, North Florida, man, we got hit hard. And all the businesses were closing down. They let go of employees. If you kept your job, you did what? You had a cut in pay or cut in hours. But boy, you were grateful because you had a job, right? But the point was, is so many people were let go that we had no options. How would you like to be in that position and have no options? That's pretty scary, right? So that led me to a strange place to get work. And I ended up a Florida girl in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Oh my God. I didn't even know they were on the map, right? It was so
Cold.
brutal. Brutal, one word. But my daughter and I opened up a salon. So that was my restart button, right? I was really, really excited. And we were 18 months into this, and we were hearing rumors that Dick's Sporting Goods was going to come into the mall. Things happen, right? Boy. And they did, and they came into the wing that we were in. And 6 businesses were booted out, and we were one of them. That was my restart, you guys. I already lost everything. Can you imagine the fear that I was facing? And I was scared to death because at 50 years old, where am I going to go, right? And I was on my knees begging and praying and praying and begging. I cannot even begin to tell you how much. And God answered prayers. There was an angel, a couple that showed up in the salon before we shut down. They came in for some some services, and while they were there, they shared something with me. So they shared 2 opportunities. They shared a product opportunity that captured my attention, and I want you to know why. Because when I heard that we can get cellular protection 1,000,000 to 1 versus 1 to 1, why did that get my attention? Because I didn't have medical insurance for the first time in my life. I needed preventative maintenance, right? So it was imperative that I get that product in me. But what was really hurting in my life, it wasn't the product, the lack of the product. Boy, it was financial, right? I'm a serial entrepreneur, right? I put on my business hat. I had a product that everybody who was breathing needed to hear about, and no competition. Put on my business hat and went to work, right? And so I want you to know, one of the things that I want to share is there anybody, and be honest, please, anybody, raise your hand. Do you have a little bit of discomfort in sharing the business? Yeah. So let me share this with you. We have a product. We have a activation product line that is led by this amazing product that extends health span and delays the disease process, right? Hands down, how can you not share that with everybody who's breathing needs to know about, right? But what if that couple came in and they only told me about this amazing product? Holy smokes, scares me to death to think of where I would be today. Because not only did they provide me an opportunity that changed my stars totally, but I'm also building a legacy income that I get to pass on to my girls. I came from a pretty poor upbringing, no college education. Do you know how important it is for me to be able to have something to pass on to my girls? That is what we are taking away from people. There are people out there relevant today. Where are we today? So I'm going to challenge you. Who can you go up to and say, listen, there's so much sticker shock out there right now, right? Everybody's going to agree with you. The gas station, the food. Let me ask you a question. Who do you know that can use an extra $500 or $1,000 a month today? Because I can help everybody, exactly. Because I can help provide them an opportunity where they can do that from home. And this is important to say, without disrupting what they're currently doing. Because if you don't say that, in their head, they're like, I can't take on another job. I can't do this, right? Show them immediately how they can. And either they're going to raise their hand, pick me, right? Or they're going to literally, because you just ask them, who do you know? Your friends and family. Get them to think beyond themselves. Who do you know, that could do this? Because people say no to themselves all the time, right? So get them to think beyond themselves. But that's what I challenge you to do. Can you do that? Right? Would that make it easier for you? So we have a story to tell. Your story matters. And just look at how I was on my knees praying, and there's so many people out there, and this path was carefully orchestrated for LifeVantage to find me. And I'm just so grateful. And so who's ready for that little LifeVantage R&R? Yeah. Rise and reset, right?
Oh, yeah. Woo! Oh, let's give Lori a round of applause. Another story to tuck away. That was just beautiful. See what it's sparkly, right? Actually, I do have a little gift for you too. And speaking of Mary Webb, thank you for checking everybody in today. Can I have the raffle? You want to come up and here's a little, that's a wonderful book. Actually, the person who's giving me that too. Okay, so while we do this, I'm going to get a picture of everybody. Do you feel sparkly? My camera's going to glow. Okay. Ready? Let's say sparkly first. You ready? 1, 2, 3, sparkly. Okay, I'm going to do a video. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Anybody needs to get up and move your hands a little bit. Dr. Goodman, we have prizes. I love prizes. I love prizes. Okay, so did everybody get a raffle ticket when you came in? Let's start first with, I think I've got a little, pop socket. Okay, ready. The first number, the winning prize is 211959. 211959. Anybody have that one?
There's another number.
One more number.
Another number.
Yeah.
I have that.
We all have that.
Everyone has that number.
I know.
Everybody has that number. Wait, 2119599.
That's me.
Oh, Patty. Okay, woo! Okay, ready? Yes. Oh, thank you. Okay. Let's do, who wants collagen? Oh, I better really, there were a lot of hands up on that. I better really. Okay. Can you take one of those for me, sir? Thank you so much. Okay. 2119606. Woo! Yay, John Townsend. Woo! Congratulations. Okay. How about a little Axio? Bob, right? Is this Bob? I'm going to give you this Axio because Bob has not tried the Axio. Axio is one of my favorites. It's a nootropic. It makes you so smart. We know you're smart already, but it helps you think on your feet. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, ready? Let's do one of this is our LifeVantage logo. This is one of our t-shirts. Hashtag share today. 2119599. Okay, wait, you can only win one time. Okay, 2119592. Okay. Ready? Congratulations. Okay. I just want to do all these prizes because I love prizes. Let's do some more Axio. 2119585. Anyone have 85? Man, he's already smart. Okay. Juan is amazing at what he does. He personal trains. What time do you start in the morning?
I start my mornings at 2 a.m.
Oh.
2 a.m. Well, you should have called me. I was up. I may have worked out this morning with you. 2 a.m. Really? How many days a week?
I know.
That's incredible. Do you go to bed at 5 p.m. or?
Is that because you're activated? It has to be because prior to taking the product, I struggled bad.
Yeah.
It's helpful for sure.
So, Quan, you've been activated for how long? 2 years?
Consistently, and I'm going on my second year.
Second year. And you love our protein powder too. That's
I
yeah.
have like 3 scoops of it.
You do. It's delicious, isn't it? I love it. I love it. Okay, so how about let's do Daily Wellness. Have you all heard of Daily Wellness? This is a powder.
Can I
It's
say something
delicious.
about daily wellness real quick?
Yes, tell us about it. 'Cause
Talk
it's
about being
delicious.
resilient to disease. I mean, if you don't use this stuff, I mean, what is the cure for the bad thing that's out there right now? It's zinc, vitamin D, vitamin C, elderberry, and then it also has fermented yeast extract, also called Epicor, which was found in animal studies and human studies to prevent viral diseases. It's absolutely incredible. And it's a drink powder. It tastes good. You just do a scoop every day,
Delicious.
add it to your Axio, and that's all you need to do. That and NRF2, you got it.
You got it. Okay, you ready?
Debbie, hold on. Sean's got a story.
Oh,
So my sweet husband who works in the hospital as a gastroenterologist always catches stuff, bringing it back. And he's not careful when and where and how he sneezes and coughs. I've always on my face. I've never gotten sick. And there's a difference. He doesn't think that.
Right.
I do.
It's
Right.
preventative maintenance. You do it every day. You don't do it like, oh, I am sick, so now I take it. You do it consistently and you have a shield up, okay? I mean, I come across sick kids all the time, right? And they're touching you, breathing on you, coughing on you, and you need a weapon. You need to have something. You need to be proactive.
And I'll just say, I'm a dental hygienist, so I'm first line of defense. People's mouths of getting sick, never sick. I do
Love
every-
it.
I do
So,
it every single day.
incredible
day.
product,
Yeah.
underrated and not known about enough.
And
It should be a part
everybody
of
in
the
my
routine.
office, the whole staff has spread stuff around.
And again, if I can just, I'm sorry,
I know.
I love this company. I love this company. We're in the guts of the formulation of these things. We have a hand in all this stuff, right, Sean? Okay, this stuff is made by people who are in the know, who do this stuff every single day. We are in the field because we are physicians. We know what the community needs in this time, in this day. And we need to have products that we can arm ourselves with because we're all that's going to be left. Okay, seriously. Okay? The people who are looking after themselves, the people who want to take
That's right.
charge. Okay, because you are going to be the light. You are going to be the ones who lead everyone else out of this horrible thing that's happening. Okay, I'm not going into it, but I'm just saying.
We got you.
This company is all about science. Everything's science-based. It's not just for games. It's research. It's the real deal. And everyone here has a need. You need to decide what your need is and where you want to go with it, and look to see what you can do to augment yourself.
Woo, thank you, Dr. Goodman. All right, Jesse.
You see who gets daily wellness today? You can read out the numbers for it.
I mix this every day with the Axia that I gave Bob and our prebiotic, you guys. Gut health is everything. In fact, the next prize, I'm going to do a trivia question. So-
9589.
9589 are the last three numbers.
We'll go with 4.
Oh, last four? Oh, look, now you can mix it. Thank you. Okay, so gut health is everything, a little trivia. So what I got from Dr. McKee and Dr. Goodman was, we're breathing, right? Okay, if we're breathing, we're aging, we're rusting, we're corroding. So what do? Hold your breath? I would not suggest that. It's probably not a good idea. But we have the cellular system. You have 37 trillion cells, okay? Most of your immune system is made up in your gut. Does anybody have an idea how many cells are in your gut? One get closest. The one closest is going to win a prebiotic, which is food for your gut. Just guess.
3 million. 20 million.
Nope.
10 trillion.
Nope. It's higher.
20 trillion. 5 million.
Keep going up. Okay. That's close. I'm gonna give that to Patty because 39 trillion. So 37 trillion human cells, 39 trillion microorganisms in your gut microbiome. You're more germy than you are human. So you better feed your gut, okay? Okay, that's delicious too. Okay, all right. So you have heard how incredible the products are. Many of you have experienced the difference in the products. Have you heard gotten a little taste of this company? This company is incredible. And I couldn't think of a better person to come up and tell you a little bit about who we are, where we are, and where we're going than my friend Gabe Pearson. Gabe and his beautiful wife Jill drove up from Jacksonville today. Gabe, why don't you come up and tell us a little bit about you? Gabe, Gabe's been part of the company for over 10 years, and he has a great story too, if he wants to share at some point, but his company is incredible. Just his business brings in over $1 million in revenue every month. He's helping thousands of people. His team is helping thousands of people. So
Gabe, come on up. Thank you first of all for coming up.
So nice to you and Jill. Just tell us a little bit about what you're excited about.
Yeah, I actually, hearing Deb for the first 5 to 10 minutes this morning, I just started writing some things. And this is something that's going to, I don't need that. I'll talk louder if you can't hear me. Something that should hit home with each and every one of you, especially for just out of curiosity, by the show of hands, who's been a part of this company longer than 3 years? Raise your hand. Okay, and everybody look around. Okay, and keep your hands up. Longer than 5 years. Leave your hands up. If not, how about 10 years? Look at that. That is called stability, is what that's called. I've been in the corporate space for a long, long time when I owned my wellness company, and executives come and go every couple of years. And a lot of people still poo-poo this industry, and I don't understand it. All right. So what I did, I just wrote down a few things. And what I said was, what I like about LifeVantage, it's one word. And I'm sure most everyone in here that's been with this company for multiple years can share that one word. And it's called culture. Right? Do you feel the love and passion that Deb had when she came up? Do you feel his passion when he's talking about the products and how proud he is to be a part? This is a 22nd century company discovered in the 21st century, folks. We have something that no one else has. And that's what I saw over 13 years ago when I watched an ABC primetime investigative report. Think about this. For those of you that own your own business, what if ABC News knocked on your door and says, hey, listen, Lori, I've been hearing nothing but great things about your hair salon. We would like to do a positive spin on it. Do you think it would help her get a few more customers? I saw that 13 years ago. 3 words came to my mind was point guide direct to an ABC primetime investigative report, right? And then on top of that, imagine ABC News, Quan, coming to your business at 2 a.m. and doing a positive spin on how great your business is. Good thing or bad thing? All right. Now, what if there's no competition? Lori's the only hair stylist in the world. Quan is the only, fitness trainer in the world. Not one person can walk up to each and every one of us when it comes to activation and says, with all due respect, my product does what yours does. We have no competition, right? So imagine no competition and ABC News does a positive spin. Is that adding fuel to the fire? That's what I saw 13 years ago. This is my first time ever getting into this kind of space, the network marketing space. And you know what I wrote about this business model? This is just what came to me after 13 years. And it might not make a lot of sense to some of you that really don't understand this industry. But I said, what I like about this business model, you're doing something for someone else. Think about that. You cannot get what you want until you help enough people get what they want. Lisa and I, we go back to, she's, I think, 1 year older than I am. I had a crush on her in high school, right? And this business connected us. Think about that for a second. So this industry is so much more than using the word sell. And Dr. Goodman could not have eloquently said this any better. He takes the word sell out of his vocabulary and inserts the word share. And when you do that, guess what happens to the person that's looking at you when you're talking to them? Their guards come down because you're sharing information. And that's all you have to do. Your friends and family or people that you love and care for, they have no clue what the activation of a pathway does. They don't even know that the direct antioxidants that they're taking can only neutralize one bad guy at a time. And when you tell them this is equivalent to eating bushels of blueberries or killing 1 million per second, what team do you want to be on? It's a pretty simple sell, isn't it? Right? You have to share this information for them to be doing this. Okay. So that's what this business model is helping other people. Jill and I could never have reached the Master Pro 10 rank at $1 million a month if it wasn't for incredible people on our team. Just understand this industry, teams win, individuals lose. You try to do this by yourself, you will get the living daylights kicked out of you. How many people would love to have this PowerPoint presentation and have Dr. Goodman and Dr. McKee and Deb Zito, and they're on a loop, and all you do is share that information with people that you love and care for? Do you think you make a little dent in your business? That's all I did, folks. I just with the people that were smarter than me, that had bigger businesses that I ever have built. You know, I recruited up in this business, and it brought me to the top of the company. So Jill and I were nobody special. We're teachable and coachable. Now, what I want all of you to understand, because this is what's really exciting. Let me back up a little bit. When we started this, every single one of us could have went to a GNC store and have bought our only product at that time was Protandim NRF2. And a lot of people don't even know our story, right? What happened was, of the 1,600 GNC stores in this country, unfortunately, they were only averaging 1/4 of one bottle per month per store, right? After the ABC primetime news piece, people started, if you can believe this, started to forget about this product. How many times did that ABC primetime was aired?
One time.
Just once. Is it like a commercial like a Toyota commercial that we see 4 or 5 times a day, every day, day after day? One time. One of our elite Pro 9s in this business, Donna Deegan, she saw the ABC primetime news piece live and she started buying it. She walked into the GNC store one day and they just didn't have it. I'm trying to think, if it's that good, Donna, how'd you forget about it? Well, when she walked into the store, they didn't carry it. And then she just, went back again and again. And she goes, Gabe, I just forgot about it. All right. So what happened was stock dropped all the way down to 17 cents. We were going belly up. So thank goodness they hired a consultant. The consultant said, hey, listen, this is an easy fix. What are you guys thinking? Take it out of the retail world. Put it in the oldest form of marketing, word of mouth. How did you build your business?
Just talking to people.
It's just word of mouth. It's just word of mouth, right? It's relationships. He's taking care of those children, and another parent's going to talk to this parent that's going to talk to that parent. It's the oldest form of marketing in the world. So think about this. When it was in the GNC stores, they never did more than 3 million in sales in a year. Meaning, if you walked into a pharmacy, a CVS pharmacy, GNC store, health vitamin store, whatever, if that Protandim is eye level, you're paying the most amount of money to keep your product on that store shelf. They never made money. From 2003 to 2009, they lost money every single year, right? So now they're about ready to go belly up. Consultant says, take it out. Put in the oldest form of marketing. So remember, 2003 to 2009 never exceeded 3 million. We become a network marketing company in May of 2009. Jill and I were lucky enough to be introduced to this incredible opportunity in Atlanta, Georgia, and we became distributors August 1st of 2009. So we're one of the very first distributors, right? And from 2009 to 2011 or 12, I can't remember anymore. It's been such a long time since I said this story. We go from 3 million to 214 million in that short amount of period of time, right? So being a distributor, meaning we just got started, haven't made a penny yet. We just kind of held on for dear life and rode this momentum train from 3 million to 214 million, and it got us to Elite Pro 9, doing $500,000 a month in revenue. And then then from 2012 to 2014, when we became Master Pro 10s, we doubled that revenue, right? So what I want all of you to be thinking about, it was from 3 million to 214 million. It was a $211 million momentum run that got us from no revenue to 500,000, right? Well, what I'm going to share with you today is how the company is looking forward from where it's at right now. And I love the fact that we're publicly traded, because each and every one of you can just type in LFV and just go to Yahoo Finance, and you can just see what Wall Street's saying about this company. If you have any question at all, everything is transparent. That's what I love. And if you look around, not only this room, but the entire company, that breeds a certain subset of individuals. And those are individuals that has credibility, that has integrity, because there's no embellishing, folks. You can't say, oh, by the way, we didn't do 214 million. We did 500 million. Just go to Yahoo Finance to escape. It says 214. I love that about this company, right? Because it's publicly traded. And that was a major, major check mark for me on becoming a part of this company. So it's exciting now for all of you, especially the newbies that are just getting started right now. This incredible CEO that we currently have, Steve Fife, is a visionary. When he was the chief financial officer of this company, I thought he was a bean counter. I thought he was an analytical guy that knew numbers. Had no idea in my little small brain that this guy was a visionary on how to turn a company around. And he's been doing it since he's become CEO of this company. And he's completely revamped our entire C-Street, the entire executive team, with this plan of action. And this plan of action starts March 1st. And everything is in place. And for some of you, you might have watched the Rhythm webinar a couple of nights ago. They're making some massive changes. And the reason for the massive changes is this company has been on, I'll use the word easy street. It's been pretty much flatlined, for the last 6, 7, 8 years at doing revenue over 200 million. Based on what you heard that gentleman say right there about this company, do you think we should still be a small micro cap company at 200 million? Do you think we should be doing 200 million a quarter? Well, same with our CEO. And based on our compensation plan, we've been able to skyrocket as high as we could gone with how the compensation was paying the field. So now what they did is they hired a consultant company who's been around for 3 generations, that's done over 500 different compensation plans. And they just threw our compensation plan into a computer, kept the majority of it because we were one of the best out there. But now, and this is publicly traded, I can say this, all right, legally, we are light years ahead of any other network marketing company out there. That is a massive, profound statement. It's modern, it's light years ahead. But what I want all of you to understand before these changes, what I always, was proud about is for every dollar that I brought into this company, LifeVantage, as an elite distributor, I was being paid 48 cents. Now, just stop for a second. For those of you that own your own business, right? For those of you that are sales people, you get 48 cents back on a dollar when you sell something. Think about that for a second. It's massive. But this new plan that they're going to implement in a few weeks is going to even sweeten the pot, right? And the whole reason for this is to show each and every one of you more recognition faster, to make it easier to move up the rank, because we all know from a human psychology standpoint, most people, if not all people, would much rather be recognized than make money. So we were being recognized. I mean, this company was growing. I mean, my business was growing by hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And the massive recognitions within our team was catapulting this company, right? So what I want to share with all of you today is what all of you have to look forward to moving forward, right? And I'm not going to get into the the deep stuff of the compensation plan. I'm going to keep it real simple, because most people still don't even know how they get paid. And I'm not gonna mention a name, but I'll start with this. And I'm gonna read this because I don't have it memorized yet, because this is the new compensation plan. But what I love about our new comp plan, they've broken it down for 100% of people. The very, very beginning of your incredible journey, it's called the sell portion. I said, oh, I'm sorry, the share portion of this comp plan, right? So the share portion would include sharing, these incredible products, to family, friends, things like that, right? This is the very beginning, all right? Learning how to enroll yourself, learning how to enroll people, retaining customers, and retaining consultants. A new word for distributors. And then the comp plan is going to reward you with the customer sales profit, a personal sales bonus, a fast track bonus, an accelerator rank advancement bonus. And I know a lot of you don't know what that is, and don't worry about it right now. Here's a little bit of that portion. I was on the phone with a doctor in my organization. And this particular doctor was doing $8,000 a month in what's called personal volume. Today, it's called sales volume. That definition is just the product that she's taken and the customers that she has on the products. So she had a lot of customers, right? She was doing $8,000 in sales volume a month. And I go, let me ask you a question. Tell me how much you get paid on that $8,000. And she started laughing. She goes, Gabe, I don't even know. Okay. So I said this. I go, well, you sell me $100 worth of product today. What's your commission? She knew that immediately. Oh, I get $40. I get 40%. What do you make on the second month? I'm not excited about that, she said, because I lose 38%. I only get paid 2%. That's one of the major changes of our comp plan. In subscriptions. So I said, well, just think about the 9 levels, and some of you might not know what those percentages are, but if you average it out, it's right around 5%. So I go, think about the 8,000 that you're making, or that you're doing, your sales volume, and you're at 5%. What's 5% of 8,000? She says, oh, I'm making $400. I go, we are implementing something new that I think it might grab your attention. I go, because you have 8,000 in sales volume, you would now be paid 30%. So what's 30% of 8,000? She goes, 2,400. Does that mean I'm going to get a $2,000 raise? I said yes and no, because there's give and take in these plans. But I go, that's the significant of the changes that's coming. So the reason why I shared this story with each and every one of you, do you think Dr. Goodman's excited? Does he have a standing audience every single day when he goes to work? Think about people that that have a standing audience. How many hairstylists you know? How many nail people do you know? How many acupuncturists? How many, chiropractors? Just think about that. And when you go to them and tell them that you can max out 30% of your clientele within these category creating products that Dr. Goodman and Dr. McKee shared with us this morning, do you think that's going to excite some people? It's excited me. It's reinvigorated a lot of our distributors because they just heard about this. That's just a teeny bitty portion of what all of you have to look forward to. And don't worry about not knowing one thing about this new compensation plan, because it's going to be drilled. And how Jill and I got to Master Pro 10, we were just plugged in the system. I didn't, there wasn't a day that didn't go by that I wasn't mentioning Pro Tandem and NRF2 multiple times in a day. Stay plugged in. Turn the TV off at night when you're getting ready to go to bed and just take 15 minutes and start learning a little bit more about the product, a little bit more about the company. I promise you, in 6 months, it will roll off your tongue like it did his, like it did Dr. McKee's. It's that simple. What you put in is what you get out, right? So then the second portion of the compensation plan, so the share portion is real basic stuff, real easy. And it just kind of, it helps you move along at your pace. That's what I love about it. And the second portion is build and grow. That's helping your enrollees enroll people, right? So if you just let the system, right? I've always have told people this as long as I've been with this company. Systems don't fail. People fail systems. Okay? Just let the system work for you and just stay plugged in. And then you'll start to understand the simplicity of what they've done. And the more I'm getting acclimated to it, the more I'm getting excited, because I know how much easier people are going to be able to run with this, right? And then the last portion is lead. That's when what Dr. Goodman's doing this morning, what Deb's doing this morning to put this together, right? So the question is how big of a business that you want. It's that simple. Some of the back end of the comp plan changes that I love, and I was mentioning this to her yesterday, Dr. Rebecca Glasser. And I'm saying doctors for whatever reason this morning. Don't think for 1 second that you have to have doctors in your organization to grow a business, okay? That's not the message here. The message here is find people that you love and care for. Find people that you want to travel with. Find people that you want to have fun with. And find people you want to make money with. And each of them are different subsets of individuals. People that you want to travel with, that's family, right? People you want to have fun with, those are your girlfriends you have a glass of wine on Friday evenings, right? Guys I surf with, right? People you want to make money with, that's like someone like him. That's someone I look up to. I want my entire organization to be people that I look up to. You recruit up in this business is what you do. And your business grows exponentially faster. So I was talking to Dr. Glasser, who used to live in Jacksonville. Now she's in Colorado. We were talking about these changes. And she said something to me that I really didn't even think about. She goes, "Oh, I bet you're happy now." I go, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "This match bonus. Rebecca Glasser is 18 levels below me. I've been helping her for over 10 years get to Elite Pro 7, maintaining Elite Pro 7. And from a match standpoint, I didn't make 1 cent. Remember, this business is about helping people. You cannot get what you want until you help enough people get what they want." So I really didn't think about it because, yes, I do get paid on her overall volume to help me rank through the system, right? She goes, "Oh, you're excited now." And I thought about it, and she's absolutely right. Because now, if you don't understand the matching bonus, and maybe I should, visual's good. So let's say, for example, this is me. Okay, and I enrolled you. on the max, there's like 8 different ways we get paid. The old way is I would receive 10% of your residual check, not one-time bonuses and things like that, but your passive income, right? I'm sorry, it's what's called leveraged income today. I'm not supposed to say. Yeah. She's my jail keeper, right? All right. So, and then if you went out and enrolled your neighbor, of course you would receive that 10%, but I would receive 5%. And it happens 3 more times, 5%, 5%, 5%. So that 5 generations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Actual levels.
Yeah, not generation, but level. It's just enrolling people. So this is me. I enrolled somebody who enrolled somebody. I get 5%, 5%. And the good news back then is I might not even know who they are. They might be in a different state. And it behooves me to help them as they grow their business. That percentage gets bigger. But what if Lori is on my 6th level and she's an elite Pro 7? By the way, if you don't know what Elite Pro 7 means, she does 1.2 million a year, 100,000 a month, right? You don't think I would love to get a 5% of what her check is? But if she's on my 6th level, I don't get a penny, right? Or what if of the match of this particular way I'm telling you right now? It'll get paid 8 different ways. And yes, I do get paid other ways from her. That's the beauty of this business. But what if I enrolled you and you didn't do anything? But before you quit, you enrolled your neighbor and they didn't do anything. What happens?
You don't make it.
There's no compression. So Lori doesn't move up 2 more notches like our other way of being paid, the level bonus. It's just, you got to start over again, right? So what they've done is they've done away with that and they've made it better. They've made it a lot better. Okay. So now every single one of you in this room can now get paid not on levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but now on generations. So Dr. Rebecca Glasser's 18 levels deep, 18 zeros deep. And if she goes and rolls somebody to the left and somebody to the right, and they start building businesses, once they hit what's called MC1, that's a Pro 4 business is doing $10,000 a month in business, which is very, very small, right? That person I now get paid on. So it doesn't matter how many levels deep anymore. It's now generations. So that opens up a whole new way of doubling and tripling what all of you are currently making on your generational match. So those are some of the things to be looking forward to as all of us together moves forward, learning this new compensation plan together. And we don't leave anybody out. Okay, you want to stay plugged in, and when you stay plugged in, this verbiage that I'm using right now becomes everyday verbiage. It becomes the norm, and now eyes are not glazing over and things like that. So that's what I'm excited about. So the whole mindset behind this, and the rise and reset, the D3, and everything that they are doing is just adding fuel to this incredible fire to this company to unstuck us. That's a good word. Unstuck us from that 230 million, a year range and get us to the $500 million. So in closing, think about Jill and I hanging on for dear life, learning the business. We didn't know anything, first time in network marketing, and it took us to Pro 9. Well, our goal, all right, is to get to $1 billion. So what's $1 billion subtracted by 230 million? You think it's a little bit bigger than 211 million that Jill and I hung on to and catapulted us to Pro 9? Now, Lori's looking at not just her getting to Master Pro 10, but now her 2 children, generations. Hang on for dear life and just learn how to become a professional in this business. You don't have to worry about the science. The science is unequivocally, I mean, just check the box. I mean, I learned a little bit about what a peer-reviewed study is, right? When it's peer-reviewed, that means you have a lot of experts trying to find a reason not to put it in the journal, and they can't, right? How many 31 is what you said? 31. Do we need 32? Come on. Spend your time learning how to become a professional. The science has been validated. I've always been taught this, Gabe, you don't need to validate what's already been validated. Okay? Don't spend all your time in the weeds, right? Learning about the 30-second study. Learn how to become a professional in this business. And that's what I focused on. And now, we are in the top 1% in this industry. And believe me, we're nobody special. All right? We didn't quit. Think of this. I'm just a pro one that didn't quit. That's all. Okay? So what I loved what Lori said, she said that this would not disrupt what you're currently doing. That is a massive, important statement, because the first thing that when you talk to someone, too busy. Well, what I say is, I'm only looking for busy people. What are you doing to be unbusy? That will get their attention. That's profound right there. But very, very important. Make sure that you tell them, if you're open, this will not disrupt what you're currently doing right now. And I'm a perfect, I'll share my story. When I was thinking about becoming a distributor, the person who showed me the ABC primetime news piece was telling me about this business model. I said, listen, it's 2009. We just got the living daylights kicked out of us. We lost 3 six-figure contracts in 30 days. We're 90 days away from losing our home. I'm working 15 hours a day to try to just put food on the table, much less trying to save the home. And that's when he said, Gabe, I'm only looking for busy people. What are you doing to be unbusy? I go, listen, I'm in the gym at 4:30 in the morning. I'm at home at 9 o'clock at night. I'm a slacker. I'm a slacker, right? And I was so adamant about not having an inch to work with. I even said this to him. I go, listen, my first workout's at 4:30. My second workout's at 5:15. My third workout's at 6 a.m. My last workout's at 6:45. I'm done at 7:30, and I'm running out the gym, driving 45 minutes across town to get to the next gym to start my next one. He says, whoa, time out. He goes, Jacksonville, Florida? That's where you live? He goes, how many people's in Jacksonville? I don't know, 1 million. He goes, well, how long does it take you at 7:30 in the morning, morning traffic, to go from one gym to the other? I said, 45 minutes. He goes, what are you doing for 45 minutes? I got ESPN radio and see how my Florida State Seminoles are doing.
Your only true call.
All right, we're coming. We're coming. So you know what he told me to do? He goes, Dave, turn the radio off. He goes, just call 2 people a day in that 45 minutes. He goes, before you make the first phone call, I want you to actually pay attention and look at the faces of the drivers in that car. They're in their car going from point A to point B. And I promise you, they're not, whistling while they go to work. They're all stressed out, right? Drinking coffee, right? And he was right. I couldn't believe it. So all I did to get started is I made 2 phone calls. That's all I did. Back then, the phone calls were long because I was vomiting and throwing up all over everybody. Didn't know what I was doing. But, today we have scripts for all of you to help you understand there's 3 steps. You want to compliment someone. You want to ask for permission. Are you open? And then you just want to set the appointment. It's that simple, folks. So each and every one of us in this room have massive amounts of time to build a business. And then those 2 phone calls led to becoming a Pro 5 in my first month, and then led me through this incredible 13-year journey, the best journey that we've ever taken, from an experience standpoint. Yes, from a physiological, yes, from a financial, yes, but it's about Deb Zito, her heart, when she started this meeting. That's the culture. That's what I want you to walk away with today is, do you want to be a part of someone's heart like that? Because that's what this team's all about. I'm so proud to be a part of each and every one of you in here. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gabe. Okay, so it's all about living your best life. I had no time. Happy, love my job. Yes, you could always use more money, but I had no time. I have time now. I tell my friends, you want to walk the beach? I have time. You want to meet for dinner? I have time. My kids, I have time all day to talk to them. It's such a joy. So anyway, it's about living your best life. Are there limitations that each of us have? Yes. Physical, emotional, whatever. Are they going to get in the way? No. Because you know what? We're going to push them aside. There are no limitations. The only limitations are the ones that you are putting on yourself. So I thank each of you for coming today. This has been so much fun. I love seeing everybody. We're going to do these regularly, so I hope you can come and bring people next time. I'd love to thank everybody that was involved. It always takes a lot to put these together. From Mary Webb, who just is smiling from, taking your money. Thank you for that. That helps pay for the venue. So thank you for that. And she's my all-in girl. We knew each other from kindergarten, and this company brought us back together. So it's so much fun. James and Kim Landers, the gifts they give, and give. Dr. Goodman, and all of you here, the Hales, everybody that's been part of this, thank you so much. So we're done with the meeting. We're gonna stay for a few minutes and answer any questions. Now, the fun part too is afterwards, if you're hungry, there's a great little place in the mall. James Landers figured this all out for us. Last time we went down to a grill, it was hard to get us all together. I know our mall's a little bit older, but there is a gem of a food place in the food court called Jefecitas. And so it will answer some questions. If you want to head over there now, to get there, you're going to exit the mall, wherever you exited, go around the mall, and you'll see Glen Place Mall. It's around on the other side. Go in there, go to the food court. We told Jefecitas that we will have a big group joining us today. It may take a little time to get your food, but I promise it's worth it.
If you're going to participate, it's easier to drive around the movie theater on the left-hand side. Don't go into the entrance by Ruby Tuesdays. There's another mall entrance right on the right side of that. If you walk in, turn to your left, you'll see the food court down.
So when you walk outside the front doors of this hotel, you go right around the mall, or you go left?
You go to the left. The movie theater's on your left. Go ahead and don't walk.
Yeah.
You're going to want to drive and park over there. Ruby Tuesdays has been shut down. There's an entryway there. Right next to that, there's another one with Glen Place Mall on it. That's a mall entrance. So if you'll go in there and to your left, come down to the food court. It's a local company. They have a food truck. If you're from the area, if you're not, they're good.
They're so good.
Jefecitas.
People always, I've seen people go, where's Jefecitas today? Because they have a mobile food truck. They are looking for that. Okay.
Questions? Anybody got any questions?
Any questions?
Something that I'd like to throw out, just while I'm thinking about it. And again, this is this business model. And I've always said this, as long as I've been with this company, the only way that you can bug Dr. Goodman, Deb Zito, me, the leaders in this room, is by not calling us.
Yes.
Okay? So any of you that are interested in inviting a few of your friends, I don't care if it's 1 to 3 people. It don't have to be a big group like this. For one to come out to speak, we got to where we are. And what we did is we did it on a consistent basis. I recommend each and every one of you to do 1 training a week and 1 opportunity a week. And there was, I have Dr. Charlie Howe, one of the optometrist in Jacksonville. Me and him would start at a diner in Jacksonville with Jill's sister and Bob Triglia. There was 4 of us that showed up how many times before our first guest came? I mean, weeks and weeks. But all we did was we just practiced doing the presentations ourselves. I remember Charlie saying, Gabe, you can become a Pro 10 because we have double-digit people in this diner. We had 10 people. Think about that. But if we didn't do it weekly, it might have never have been able to catch on to get to over 100 people a week a few months later. Well, when corporate came in, we had 300 to 400 come in, but it was consistent for 10 years. So for those of you that want to, that there's 3 parts to this comp plan. The last part is called lead. And if you want to be, if you want to think bigger, think faster, you want a bigger paycheck, that's how all of us can help you, is by getting it going. Okay, but it has to be consistent. Remember that. Okay. You want to say that? Any other questions?
Any other questions?
I was just going to say one thing. When I got started, I had no intent to be in the network marketing field. I didn't even know what that was. I just liked the product. I love the product for my patients. I wanted to share it. And it just organically happened. Next thing I know, I was getting a check. I didn't even understand why I got a check. And I said, oh, that's great. That pays for my habit. That's excellent, right? And I paid off my habit. And then the next thing I know is the checks were in the thousands of dollars. It's like, holy crap, you know, and I'm doing something I absolutely enjoy because I believe in the product. I use it. And, you know, you don't have to be a doctor to tell people to help people. I mean, anybody, you give a basic sort of thing. And if you don't know what we're talking about, then you say, oh, Dr. Goodman or Debbie Zito, would you help me explain this to my friend? And then we do that. And then that helps them. And because we're and that's, you know, if you do what Jesus wants you to do, that's my heart, is you help other people to be what they need to be. And in doing so, you also help yourself. And that's what drives me. Thank you.
All right, that's a wrap. Thank you.